This is a yellow haired boy versus a green haired boy and see who would win if they fought. Let's jump right into it. In One Piece, there's always been this interesting relationship between the three strongest Straw Hats, Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji. Now, this relationship often changes between the arcs, which was often most prominently seen in Roof Beats. It starts off with Zoro, Luffy, Kaido, and the others fighting. Seems like Zoro's on like an equal plane with Luffy, while Sanji and the others Straw Hats are fighting down below. But then when Zoro goes down to fight King, it shifts. It goes back to the thing we're most used to: Luffy fighting strongest, Kaido, Zoro fighting second strongest, King, and then Sanji fighting third. Then say Jinbei fighting fourth. That's something that we're really used to, and this changes often between the arcs, where often yes, Zoro does fight the strongest, but is sometimes he becomes number one. So that's often intermingled, which is really interesting because if you see with the current Egghead Island arc, you see Luffy and Zoro sitting together, which really symbolizes those two are the strongest of the Straw Hats. Now with Sanji versus Zoro, you could quite just say, "Oh yes, Zoro's stronger," because you would think that, and I do agree. I think Zoro would be stronger, but it's a closer fight than you think. With I think through Wano, Sanji actually did get a massive like upgrade. He started using his raid suit. He got this augmentation. He's insanely stronger. Sorry, insanely stronger than he used to be. Now we his also speed was massively increased. You see with him versing Queen, Queen could barely see him. He was like a blitz. I think the gap between Zoro and Sanji has shortened a little bit, but Zoro is still the strongest. You see that as I was saying with in Egghead with Zoro saying with Luffy, those two are the strongest. So I think it would be a closer fight than you would think, but yeah, it might depend on the situation, but probably it would be Zoro winning. And yeah, that's really interesting. It also is an interesting thing with drive. I think Zoro has a more drive than Sanji. Like Sanji could have the ability to give up his dream. That's why I think Zoro has Conqueror's Haki and Sanji doesn't. Because Zoro will do anything. He even said he will betray Luffy and the entire crew to become the best swordsman in the world. Now that's really interesting between like finding all blue. Someone like Law is very similar to Sanji. They don't have Conqueror's Haki because they're not afraid of, say, running away or retreating, doing smart tactical bits. You see someone like Kid, Luffy, Zoro, they're idiots. They'll just run head on. So I think it's closer than you think, but I think Zoro would still win. The fact that he has Conqueror's Haki and he is just overall strong stronger. But it's still an interesting thing. I think in early One Piece, it was the ties was closer, but it was still Zoro's still stronger. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe.